In Kenya, if you hear the word comrade, it means something really specific. It's not just a university student, it's a symbol of the nation's future. But what happens when that future is in serious trouble? Today, we're diving into something called the crisis of the comrade, a huge challenge that really gets to the heart of Kenya's potential.
So let's be super clear on what we mean here. In Kenya, a comrade is way more than just a student. That word carries so much hope. It stands for the country's brightest minds, the future doctors, the future engineers, maybe even a future president. They're basically the wellspring of the nation's next generation of leaders.
And that potential, that's the foundation of the country's future. But right now, it's up against a system that, honestly, seems designed to break it. So that brings us to the big question for today. What happens when all that hope runs headfirst into a crisis?
Now, this isn't just one single problem we can point a finger at. It's a much bigger, more tangled crisis. We can actually break it down into three major challenges that are all connected, and they're facing an entire generation of Kenya's future leaders.
First up is political vulnerability. You see, during really tense election cycles, students who are already struggling financially become easy targets. They get pulled into political conflicts and used as pawns, instead of being nurtured as the leaders they're meant to be. Second, there's this growing ethical vacuum. It's becoming almost normal to see things like academic cheating, online fraud, you might hear it called wash, and this whole get-rich-quick mentality that just pushes integrity completely to the side. And finally, the third piece of this puzzle, the economic dead end. Just imagine this for a second. You graduate, and you've got your degree, you're full of ambition, and you walk right into a job market that's shrinking. It leads to this incredible frustration, tons of underemployment, and sadly, a brain drain, as the smartest people have to look for opportunities somewhere else. And what's really crucial to understand is that these three crises, they all feed each other, creating this really tough downward spiral.
But, and this is a big but, this cycle of despair is not where the story has to end. When you're facing a problem that's systemic, the solution has to be systemic too. And there's a new initiative that's aiming to do just that, to transform not just how students think, but the entire environment they're in.
This new blueprint is called the Future Leaders Lab, or FLL for short. And let me tell you, this isn't just another weekend mentorship program. It's been designed as a nationwide architecture for youth transformation. It's a really bold shot at re-engineering the whole system from the inside.
Its mission is ambitious, for sure, but it's also crystal clear. To take these vulnerable students, these comrades, and transform them into ethical leaders, innovative wealth creators, and maybe most importantly, ambassadors for peace.
So, the big question is, how does it actually work? Well, the whole thing is built on 4 pillars of transformation, and each one is specifically designed to tackle one of the parts of the crisis that we've just been talking about.
All right, let's break down the strategy. It's all about these 4 pillars. First, there's ethical governance. This is all about building public servants you can actually trust. Second, you've got marketplace mentorship. This one is huge because it flips the script from I need to find a job to I'm going to create jobs. It turns students into entrepreneurs. The third pillar is technology and blockchain. This is about using today's tech to create systems that are transparent and accountable, basically fighting corruption with code. And finally, number 4, peace building and integrity. This ties it all together by giving students the tools to push back against political manipulation and to become champions for national unity. It's a complete 360-degree approach to rebuilding what it means to be a comrade. Now, this isn't just a bunch of nice ideas on a whiteboard. FFL has very real, very concrete goals, and they're specifically aimed at the lead-up to the 2027 electoral cycle. This is the point where the blueprint turns into a full-blown action plan.
And the scale of this ambition is pretty mind-blowing. The main goal is to train 50,000 students in ethical leadership and civic engagement. And they're not just doing this in one city. We're talking about a nationwide movement across all 47 counties in Kenya. They'll be supported by a whole network of county peace hubs, all focused on promoting nonviolent ways to participate in civic life.
On top of all that, they're going to directly support the launch of 1,000 new businesses, all led by students, all built on ethical principles. You see, this is about creating a critical mass of new leaders, builders, and peacemakers who can fundamentally change the game from dependency to innovation.
So what's the big takeaway here? The vision is to move past this story of frustration and protest. The real goal is to build a whole new generation of Kenyan leaders, a new kind of comrade, one that's defined not by what they're against, but by what they're for.
character, competence, and actively building their nation. It leaves you with a pretty powerful thought, doesn't it? What could a country actually achieve when its brightest minds are finally empowered to lead?